is there a better way to purchase stocks? In this video, I'm going to try to answer this question. And in order to do that, let me shift your focus to other two assets we normally deal with, a home and a car. So let me ask you this. Does your mortgage payment go up if your home value increases? Think about this. As your home appreciates, do you pay more every month? Or does your car payment goes down if your car value decreases? The answer to both of these questions is no. But we still do it. And despite the fact that we need a house to live in and a car for transport, there are other benefits, financial benefits, to entering into these transactions. So let's look at those benefits. Well, first, we basically lock the price at the beginning of the transaction. We know what is the price of the asset we're going to purchase, and we enter the transaction at that fixed price. Then, we don't need to normally put out all the capital. We don't buy cash normally. So we just need a small down payment and we finance the rest. The next benefit is that our payments are normally equal. So this allows us to plan our future, the future budget for other payments that we might have. So what if we can apply all these benefits to stocks? What if we can purchase stocks in the market and we are able to use all these benefits to our advantage? Well, in this video, I want to show you how this will work. And that is with the use of call options. Call options that expire in the future. So, in order to do that, let me show you this example. I'm going to try to illustrate that point with the use of this example, which I very fairly call a Tesla payment plan. And Tesla is just an example. The year is 2020. You hear about this wonderful company, Tesla, and you feel very bullish about the company. Now, in January 2020, Tesla was trading at about $28 a share. So you can say, okay, I want to buy as much as I can of this company. I want to allocate a fairly good portion of this company to my portfolio. You can do what everybody does, which is DCF, dollar cost average, into it. Or you can go out in the open derivative market and purchase a call option that expires farther out in the future. So you select the January 2021 call price and you select a strike price that is trading very close to what the stock price is trading at that moment. So you buy the $30 strike price expiring in January 2021. That is going to cost you $549. So you add that to your cost. Okay, the next month, you sell the call option and you buy the 27.5 strike price. As you can see, you are going down in strike price and you are keeping the expiration date the same. Because you improve your strike price, you're going down, that's gonna cost you. That's gonna be a debit. And all in all, it's gonna cost you, for this example, $188. Now, you can see that in that first month, just in this particular case, Tesla went up from $28 a share to $44 a share. So that call increased in price significantly from $549 to $1,780. But nevertheless, you are purchasing the next call option in a strike price. And because all of the call prices move relatively to each other in price, no matter what the stock price do, that is a very important point in this strategy. you are always end up spending relatively the same. And so the next month, you sell the $27.5 strike price and you purchase the $25. The next month, you do the same. The next month, you do the same. And each month, you are moving about $2.50 in strike price. Now, as you can see, every time you do that, you have a cost. But because you are moving just $2.50 per share in strike price, you can never, mathematically never, spend more than $250. And as you go down in strike price, because the call options end up being more in the money, you are approaching that zone when you are getting close to just paying fair value, Delta 1, $250 pretty much. Now, at the end of this year, when you are done with this strategy, you get to the $2.50 strike price. Again, same expiration date. And what do you know? When you add up all these costs here, you end up spending $3,084, which is very close to the strike price of the initial call that we entered this transaction with. Now, the Tesla stock price increased significantly throughout that year. It went from $28 and it ended at over $200 in stock price. However, because you entered the transaction at the beginning of the year and you selected a strike price, a specific strike price, you end up spending just $3,000. So in a nutshell, you end up locking in your price at the beginning of the year. Now, in all honesty and in all fairness, the same thing would happen if the shares of Tesla were decrease in price throughout the year. If, let's say, the stock price wouldn't go to 28 to down to, I don't know, $17, something like that, no matter what the decrease is, because you entered that transaction at approximately $30 per share, you would end up spending approximately that amount as well. Maybe a little bit less, but approximately that amount. And that is because every month you are going down in strike price and you are approaching the initial cost of the transaction, of the initial strike price. And you can work out this example. There are calculators out there that you can set up a strike price, set up a stock price, the volatility, the time of expiration, and you can basically work out this example and you can see on your own how all of this works. But in a nutshell, what I want to show you here is that whether the stock price increases, like in the case of home, your payment plan, in other words, the payments that you are doing every month are fairly fixed. They are fairly the same. You know what is your starting point, you know what is your end point, and you know how much you're going to be spending every month. In the same way, is the stock price were decrease, which is going to be similar to the case of the car, your payments also wouldn't be about the same. Maybe a little bit less depending on how far you are from the stock price, how far your strike price is from the stock price. However, you would be spending approximately the same. So, do we have all of these benefits with this strategy? We lock in the price at the beginning. We spend a small amount of capital at the beginning of the transaction, and we sort of have similar payments that we can do each month, each week, whatever the payment plan you decide to set up. So the answer to all of that is yes. In a nutshell, we can have all of these benefits, and if you want to call it a payment plan, well, it works pretty much like that. So I will encourage you to maybe go out and see how call options are trading. But you can basically set up an objective. I want to buy 100 shares of a certain company. I want to pay this within the next 1 year, 2 years, 3 years out. And if you do that using this strategy of using call options, you will see that you are having all of these benefits as well. You're locking in the price, you're using capital as you pay out the call option, and your payments are fairly equal. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.